Hey, welcome back to Crazy Gamers Games. Oops, sorry about the camera bump there. I'm trying a new camera setup here. Today we're going to talk about some more of the AdMech tank slash transport. I got it most of the way built up, but first I want to talk about the main topic here is mystery part number 95 right here. Let's see if I can zoom in on that right there. No, that's not going to focus. Right there. Mystery part 95 right there. It is nowhere in the book. And it looks like an ammo case for a Cognos heavy stubber. And if you look on the twin heavy stubbers, you can see there is the ammo box molded into the gun. So what I'm thinking is they had these guns molded without the ammo box and we were to glue them on, so they put two of part 95 on the sprue, and then they realized, oh hey, we can mold these on, and they never took 95 off the sprue. So, you know, little extra ammo box there on that. That's a interesting find I found there. So here's what I have so far, and so far I've been able to keep the tank as either the tank or the transport. So, you know, I can put this on here, and it's got the transport with the two fully built gunners in it, and you know, the twin stubbers on there like that. But if I want to run the tank, I can just pull these off. I can leave the full crew inside, even with the ladder right there, and I can pop that on there, pop the weapon turret on. You know, this is going to be magnetized right here, but that goes on there, and then we can put the crew hatch on there like that, and then it's instant tank mode, as you can see there. As you can see, it's now it's got the tank. The guns aren't glued in because I'm going to paint them separately. And I designed this so these right here, these aren't attached permanently. I use a product. Sorry about my reach in there. I'll grab this. I use a product called liquid tape. It's micro tape. It's from Microscale Industries. You get this at your local hobby store that sells like model kits. And it's basically, it's a temporary glue that you can pull the part off and put the part back on, and it sticks. And so if it gets knocked off, it's not going to have to be re-glued. The same is with this hatch and this guy right here. They're temporarily glued in. And this stuff just cleans up with a little bit of alcohol. You scrape it off and a little bit of alcohol, you clean it up, and you can glue your part on if you want to. So that's basically how I glue those parts so they don't break off. And then, you know, I'm going to magnetize the different weapon options. Like so. I could use the liquid tape to make them stick, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. But like I said, this pops off, and then this pops on. I'm just going to put a dab of the liquid tape there so it holds it in place. And you could even technically put the ramp down with these little side pieces, but I don't like that. I'm just going to leave the ramp up in place. I haven't debated. I've been debating on whether to put this front on. It will fit, and you can get the stuff on and off. But then I'm still debating on whether to put that on there. But as you can see, it's possible to make them either way, to do either thing on it. Also with this one, it sits so high off of this base, you could put a thin magnet there and a thin magnet there and magnetize this. And then there's a hatch cover that is right here. You could put a little thin magnet on this, and then it could, you know, magnetize that on there when you have it in tank mode. And you just have the extra pieces. Well, we'll find that later. So And if you want to put magnets underneath, or if you want to magnetize these antenna after you've already built it, you have access to glue a magnet in there. It's hard to see in there with no limited light. You have access to underneath to have a magnet. Right here I was experimenting with putting some texture on it to, you know, liven it up. So when I put the contrast, I'm going to try the contrast paint, but I want to texture these panels. So when I put the contrast paint, it's not drawn across a large flat surface and coffee stained. There'll be like a little texture there, like it's cast, like it's not perfectly smooth. So I'm using, for that, I use a little Tamiya putty, gray basic type, or you can use the white, and I mix it with any kind of cement. I use this cheap Plastruck plastic weld because it has a brush that's too big for any other kind of gluing, and I mix it up on a piece of smooth, like just a piece of smooth stone I got at the Science Center, and I just mix it up on there, use it, let it dry, and I scrape it off with a razor blade, and it's like brand new. So I used that. I saw that works out perfect. So, and then to apply the texture, you can use like a dry brush. You make it kind of soupy, and you brush it on there, and then you stipple it like this, and it gives you a pattern. Or you can brush it on there, and you can actually use a stippling brush to make the pattern. It's hard to brush it on with a stippling brush, but that's how I did this. I also did it on a base of a, the light went out, of a, let me swap that battery real quick. There we go, sorry about that. I also stippled it onto a textured base that's already been formed to give it like a muddy, grimy look. And then I'm just gonna like wash it with like a brown contrast paint and see how that looks. And I even did some up on his boots to make his boots look muddy. So after I paint them and everything, I'm gonna do a brown contrast on the base. After I put a coat of gray cedar or wraithbone on it. And then hopefully that'll give it like a muddy look all over the texture, so it looks like the ruins are like covered in mud. But I'm experimenting with that texture stuff. Coming up in the next video, I'm going to be looking at some photo etch. It's a brass modeling product, and I'm looking at doing some details with it because I want to learn how to work with it a little bit, and I might add some detail to some future models with the photo etch to give them a little more realism. So, just, they say it's super difficult, and I want to see if that's true or not. I like difficult things. So, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. This is probably the last video on the AdMech tank. If I do some magnets and, you know, magnetize these antenna, and figure out a way to magnetize the pieces on, I'll do another update video, but that'll be later in the future. I basically built this one like this, and the next one I build is going to be more in depth with magnets and more interchangeable and things like that. Well, you know, if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you want to see more of my work, check out my channel or subscribe for future videos. For Crazy Gamer Games, I'm the Crazy Gamer. Have a great day.